Okie doke, we are live. Was just giving it a second there. It says we're 5 seconds live. Good morning, everybody. Welcome about today. So we're gonna do a live healing session today. So I do a lot of these recorded ones over on Patreon. You'll see some of them on YouTube as well as on this Facebook group. But it's the morning, and I was in the middle of doing my meditation, and I just got an inspiration to share a little bit of my meditation with you guys and open it up in a format that will just sort of allow all of us to benefit collectively. Hello there, hello there. I am doing so well. I'm glad that you caught this. I wasn't sure if anybody would catch this one. I was planning on saving the video and then uploading it over on Patreon later and leaving it up on Facebook as well. So we'll see, we'll see. I have oracle cards here. I have the guides ready. So if there's any questions, I'm opening up those questions to them. So, this is going to be relatively casual, you guys. Hello, Damon. Hello, everybody. Whoever tunes in at whatever time, welcome, welcome. So, we're just going to have fun here, guys. We're just going to hang out. I just think that we exist in this world, and everybody's awakening at such a rapid pace, and it's just so devastating. When we are in this community, for example, on this page here, and I see so many awakened souls, and then I walk around the neighborhood and I see just so many people who are so deeply asleep, and it is just so devastating, to know how far we've advanced here in this world, yet we are not disposing this information, or this information is not of this at the use of other people as much. I already have spirit coming through really strongly, so we're just gonna give it over to them. We're gonna allow them to just guide the session. We'll see what comes through. So if you guys have any questions, I think we're gonna start with an energy session, an energy healing. Okay, so we're just gonna open up that. I also have some cards here, so we're just gonna sprinkle this in, just to see what comes to be. Okay, guys. So a lot of my intention for this, for doing these live things, is because I think that repetition and consistency is so, so important, especially in a spiritual practice. So if we can get together relatively, often and just, set those powerful intentions every morning to enter that spirit space, you know what I mean? When we're in that kind of energy and that essence, what we want for ourselves comes through so much clearer because we become a clear vessel for the divine. When we enter a state of alignment, we're in sync with the universe. So everything comes to us naturally. It's not just synchronicity. Oh, I focus on one thing long enough, it's just going to pop into my reality. What's happening is you are literally syncing up with the universe. The universe flows, if you were to understand it, like a stream of energy or a current of energy. What's happening when we are in sync or aligned is we're literally joining that current of energy and allowing all of the things that funnels and creates everything that we ever could possibly imagine is actually funneling through our vessels. Okay, so I'm already like, what's interesting, you guys, is I'm getting a whole bunch of information just um, about just, okay, I'll be honest, you guys, I like to not go into a lot of stuff about exposure and about um, the government hiding things and things like that. But to be honest, we've kind of reached a threshold, they're showing me. So you'll see at various different points throughout this, I'm going to be jotting things down. You'll see me writing things down. So this is just automatic writing. I'm just picking up on some of the things that they want me to talk about. Okay. So immediately they're giving me dates. Uh, they want you guys to know. Let's see what they want this group to know specifically about this subject. Okay, so the collective for this group, so they show me various different segments. They show me different areas of the collective where they are funneling information. And this information is going to be beneficial to various groups of people, but in various different ways. Okay, there are people who are fulfilling missions and purposes here in the world involuntarily. Forward moving efforts in technology. They are reaching out to multiple different peoples within their field. So you're going to be noticing a lot of different scientists coming forward, kind of like lone wolves, with information about things that they're choosing to not express to the public. Okay, these are things, so they show me about the mind. We're going to be seeing a lot more about the power of the mind and the influence of the mind, not just in terms of manifestation. We're seeing little bits of information sort of sporadically being released about um, things like how when we focus a thought long enough, we collapse potentials into fixed reality. So science is understanding this more from a scientific based perspective now. They actually do understand this. There is tremendous amount of research that has already been done. I'm going to be very, very careful about what I'm talking about here because I'm being viewed right now. So I'm probably going to delete this video after after. So I was originally going to keep this up. So if you guys are finding this now, good for you because this video is going to go down. I can already see that they are viewing me right now. So, talking about the mind, we're just going to get into it. You know, if we're just going to delete it, I'm not going to hold back. I'm just going to talk about things. So, I'm just going to let you guys know about the information about the mind and the willpower of the mind. You can will things into existence. So, we've been talking a lot. When I say we, it's a collection of guides and I. So, I'm going to get to you guys' questions in a moment, but, I'm just knowing that I'm gonna delete this video after, I just really want to just allow these messages to come through even more. Okay, hello. Hello there. Hello, Leela. Hello, Arielle. Okay. So we're gonna see if we can get to some of those questions first, but there's a reason why we've been talking a lot more about law of attraction, about this vibrational based universe, because this is sort of the precursor, the information that we need to understand before we understand that anything is possible. Anything is possible. You can move things with your mind, you can levitate, you can transport your body to other locations, and people are doing it all over the planet. They're training this. Governments are training this. Intelligence agencies are training this. And they don't want us to know about this. They don't want other people to know about this for a reason. Because this information, when they distribute it, they can't control it. What are they going to do when they know that we can literally remote view into their vaults and see everything that they have? There's no secrets in this universe. This is a universe that we are all interconnected. We can see everything. There are no secrets. So, what happens when they disclose this sort of information? Okay. All right. Um, and when we talk about remote viewing and these tremendous abilities of the mind, they're having me talk about this for a reason, and it's because, look, it's just about time that we talk about this stuff more freely. People are talking about it, but they're not talking about it with the consciousness and the evolution that we as human beings have reached, okay? Or that we are reaching for. So you can remote view even if you identify as a psychic or not. Anybody can, your neighbor can, any person can, okay? So the difference that we're wanting to involve here, when I say, okay, so I'm stepping out for a moment because there's going to be a collection of guides. When you guys are wanting, when I'm channeling here, it's not just one being, okay? There's, for those of you who are extrasensory here, a number of you are, you'll be able to perceive these beings kind of swirling around me, okay? So these are all just a collection of source beings, combination of some dead people, a combination of higher dimensional beings as well, all that resonate in source consciousness. So I just wanted to establish that a little bit first. Okay, we're getting so behind on the questions here. So um, hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Okay, so I keep getting guided to Damon's question. So Damon says, when I see externally people going into higher frequencies or showing off higher frequencies, such as painting, saying name of a guide or a higher self, I can really tune into that and then my own. Exactly, exactly. This is what we're talking about. Well, that's why I just was guided to your question, Damon, because what they're telling me is that you guys can tap into these energies just by looking at me, okay? Just by watching me or watching other people who are channeling high dimensional frequencies. You're going to notice physical sensations on your body, a swirling, a moving from within. You're going to notice certain visuals in your mind presenting themselves. You're going to notice that it's sort of an energy that you have been navigating not only in this format but in many formats, okay? When we interact with a classmate at school, or when we play in an orchestra, or when we lead a team meeting, there is an interconnected mental energy that we can utilize and manipulate, okay, that allows us to connect and allows us to penetrate barriers that we have understood as barriers, but there are not barriers. This is information that is available to all people. Just how we have been known as physical beings that can run through a field and can cook meals, we can also perceive the universe. If I've never worked with someone that I've told, close your eyes for a minute and a half, that doesn't start seeing things. And it's because you have to believe it. And if you're not believing it, it's not real, because this universe operates with perception. Every single thing in this world that you perceive is real because you are perceiving it. Okay? How do we know that I was just talking about what I just talked about a minute ago? It's because what's the difference between then and now? It's occurring now when you're thinking about it. Time isn't real, all is occurring simultaneously. And the reason why we can perceive information in the future is because it's already happened. So when we're predicting future events, we know this, and you can predict it with 100% accuracy, and these intelligence agencies have been doing this and thwarting operations from and other things from other governments and other whatever it might be, because this is available to us. Yes, quantum physics. This is quantum physics, okay? Just as you said there. Um, Gosh, there's so much, so much, friends, to talk about here. And it's time that we freaking blow the lid. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Now, so we're talking about understanding, not just willing or praying for a time where the world knows about this. We are understanding now that the world does know about this, that the powers that be know about this, that the government knows about this. We all know about this. Okay, so it's like, what do we do now moving forward? Now we invite the consciousness because you can remote view, you can move things with your mind without even really being connected to your higher self. You can manipulate things because we are literal gods incarnated, every single one of us, and it's just about activating that power, which they have been trying to avoid happening. But when you hear about these things from other channels of the divine, right? When we talk about these convergences of energy cosmically, we're talking about events. It's like nature, when you look at a plant that has reached the end of its bearing, what happens? It changes form. I'm growing a cilantro plant out there, and I was trying to nip the bud so that it could keep producing more cilantro. But what I'm doing is trying to prevent the inevitable. You cannot stop nature, you cannot stop evolution. It is inevitable. It's going to happen. You can try to slow it down, but it's going to happen. So, what's happening is we have all these people coming forward now, people like myself or other channels, other healers, such as yourselves, Damon. Okay, there's a bunch of you here. Arielle, all of you, every single one of you that's here right now. And Damon was talking about music as well, or paintings, where it's so ironic that we live in a universe, in a world where we pull miracles and ideas and turn them into things. That is a miracle. These paintings and these music that we produce, where does this come from? You can't think that. The more you try to articulate and specify exactly what, even if you were to sing a song, the best singer in the world singing a song, if they were to pause and think about that note that they're thinking, they're going to stop. And it's because we're channeling energy, we're channeling vibration. All things are vibration. Everything is a translation of vibration and an interpretation of vibration. When I'm channeling here, I'm interpreting energy. When you are dancing, you are channeling energy. When you are creating, when you are building a house, you are channeling. Everything is channeling vibration into things. And we have to understand the world of vibration and understand these concepts of vibration like law of attraction before we understand what we can possibly do with it. Okay? We need to pay attention to this, you guys. Leela says, do you or any guides have any messages for me regarding my purpose and the most aligned way for me to create monetary abundance? I feel lack of clarity around my next step. So I was just guided to that question. So you'll hear this from a lot of different psychics or mediums, is things will light up, right? When someone has a question, they light up, or the question lights up. That's a function of law of attraction. It's also a function of understanding this mental energy, this mental space that we can all access. So, what's happening? Okay, so Bobby is lighting up also. I want to learn how to channel also. So, you guys, first of all, let's get to Leela because for some reason I'm being guided to this specific question. Perhaps there's something here. Okay, so we're talking. Okay. Okay, Leela, there is a confusion here. There is a lack of understanding, a lack of awareness of where you currently are right now. So you say, regarding my purpose in the most aligned way, any messages for me? to create monetary abundance. So when they show me you, Leela, they show me a powerful creational ability. You have the ability to create things like a propeller. There are things that you can manifest that is very difficult for most other people on the planet right now. So they show me this ability. They show me your open channel. So you are a channel, Leela. When I'm watching you, I watch this thing right from the back of your head, right the back of your head, up, 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 up. So I see this antenna. So you are broadcasting frequencies, and these are healing frequencies, music, art, teaching. You're doing this already. So, when you want to create this sort of monetary abundant flow of money, right? You need to understand that that channel, that antenna, is that which is going to bring in the monetary abundance. Now, the discrepancy is not understanding that money is not real. Vibration is real. So, you are channeling money, the vibration of money, in different forms, in creative ways of living your life, of creative ways of traveling, of creating your world in a very unique way. If you had $1 million, you would be against the grain, Leela, and you would be like backpacking still, and living across the country and discovering and seeking and learning and growing and expanding. And that is what your riches are. That is what is the most opulence that you will be able to activate in your life, because that is what abundance is for you, Leela. Okay? So, when you grow to understand and integrate that awareness, if this is speaking to you and striking you in a strong way right now, or anybody listening, pay attention to that flow of that stream of energy, because that stream of energy is what's going to bring in all of the things that you want to ask me. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to learn how to channel. That's what Bobby says. You do. You do channel. You are channeling. It was a frequency that entered you in a divine space that guided you to this video. There was something that struck your heart, your higher heart, that told you, I want to listen. I feel called to watch this video right now. And it's just about flexing that muscle, you guys, through practice and through repetition and consistency, flexing that muscle and allowing in what is meant to come through, okay? I don't know, guys. Should we just keep the video up? Leave the video up, record it for that while live. Others need to hear you. Okay. I was just guided to read that from Sonia. Perhaps we will keep it up. We'll see. Okay. Okay, Arielle, I have a message for you, because you are a very powerful soul, very, very powerful being, not just a powerful soul, which means you have a very, very fast moving energy. The energy that comes through you directs and has this sort of direct conviction in it, that it wants to demand what it knows that you have. So we were just talking about time. So granted that we have this understanding that all has already occurred, okay? Time already exists. What does that mean? That means that you have already achieved the potential, the maximum highest potential of who you already are, Arielle, okay? That version of you has already happened. So I want you to take a moment and conjure, what is your biggest dreams? What do you see for yourself? What does that feel like in your being, in your heart, in your gut, in your soul? What does that feel like, okay? Tap into that innocence and that essence and that power. You have spent time around people who have really caused you to second guess who you are. You've been around people who don't want to see, who would rather not see you, have seen you thrive and succeed. Actually, who would make your success mean their lack of success, and would actually try to manipulate you in subconscious ways or conscious ways to take away your power, to make you not realize how powerful you actually are. You have been gaslit tremendously away from your unique power. You've been manipulated mentally in a sense that made you villainize your own energy, your own soul. You villainized your own soul. You've made an enemy of your own self. And that's where this lack of trust is coming from. So I want you to do something for me. Tell all of those idiots to get the hell out of there because they don't deserve to be in your life, period. Because they are on their path trying to empower themselves, and when they see your power emerge in those powerful moments that you know what I'm talking about, those moments that overcome you really powerfully and you know what you're saying is truth, that threatens those people, because what they're doing is you're making them aware of the light that they are suppressing themselves. So they are projecting their suppressed self onto you in those moments where your power is being exhibited. Those people, you may think, okay, maybe I've had great moments with them in the past. Maybe they are good people. Maybe they are good people, but that doesn't mean that they are good for you. It's very simple, you guys. Are the people around you helping you or not? Are they serving you or are they not serving you? Are they helping you or are they not helping you? Do you feel better or more close to what you dream or aspire to be with them or without them? Does it feel lighter? Does it feel heavier? Does this decision feel open or constriction, right? Okay, so just 1 second, just to wrap around, we're just all over the place here, but I just wanted to talk because we were just talking so much about, what they've been keeping from us, right? And we were talking about remote viewing and how we can actually, for example, we were talking about remote viewing, we were talking about the potential of consciousness, what we can actually do with consciousness. We can materialize things into existence. All of these things are possible, and it has been measured and it's available for us to consume. Would you believe that? Would you believe that all this information that you've been gaslit for by society and by the powers that be for so long is available for us and have been available for us for all this time, just as been hiding? They can't keep information away from us. They can just make it harder to find, but it's still out there. And what they don't understand, again, is the higher consciousness of these psychic abilities. Again, they can train anyone under the moon. They can train people who've incarnated for the first time, who have no soul experience at all, how to have 100% accuracy in any sort of psychic exercise in any form. They have trained this, okay? But what they don't understand, again, is the higher purpose of all of it. They don't understand that you cannot hide things physically in a universe that is non-physical. You can attain anything with your intention, with your consciousness, with your will, and with belief. So they've been strategically guiding you to not believe in yourself, because they know that if you were to believe in yourself and trust yourself, you would be accessing things they don't want you to access because it would take their power away. If it looks like I'm frustrated, it's because I am. We're all frustrated here for being lied to for so long. You're not alone if you're pissed off. I just want to say that, okay? Because I don't talk about this stuff enough. But something interesting happened in the beginning of this video, and I thought, you know what? Let's just talk about this, you know? So I have this pen and this paper here. If you're just tuning in now, I do at times jot things down. It's a form of channeling. This is called automatic writing. And sometimes I'm not aware of when I'm writing, but I'll be jotting down little things or little images that sometimes will come back to later that are messages from spirit, okay? So let's see here. So when they're going around, for example, trying to control things, control events that they are perceiving are already happening, that have already happened, but that are in the future, right? Let's just take a second to wrap our minds around that. What they don't understand is that we can create our own reality. And when you raise your vibration and elevate your consciousness, you're activating and accessing your higher self, or what they would call your guardian angel. Now, if you were to ask them about guardian angels, they would know they exist because they know that they intervene. These people who are able and trained psychically to go on these missions and discover things, for example, um, sometimes they will encounter these blocks and they don't understand these blocks, and they will tell you, oh no, you can't block anything. The truth is, you kind of can. It's not really a block, it's just you bending reality with your mind and with your thoughts and accessing your higher self. So there are multiple ways of talking about this. We can talk about bending reality through law of attraction, or the other dimensional aspect of talking about this is by understanding that we do all have a guardian spirit, and it all is, everybody does, okay? Everyone has a guardian spirit or their higher self, okay? And this can actually be measured as well, and I'm sure they do measure it, but they don't understand how to communicate with it because those beings are in a different dimension. They operate with different mathematics. It's not the same, so you can't measure it the same, but you can communicate with it, and the way you do that is by evolving your consciousness, elevating your vibration, so that you can not communicate. See, they think that you're communicating. They want to try to talk to these guardian angels so they can get things done and control things, but these beings don't occur with in this time-space reality, and they will prevent things. They will disarm nuclear bombs, and they do, or extraterrestrials will, higher ones. They can do anything. And it's like a vector about 6 feet behind you. Everybody has one. But they can't communicate with it because they have a flawed premise. They think you are talking to a being when those guardian spirits are actually they themselves, just a higher version and a future version outside of this time-space reality version of themselves. So when they try to speak to these beings, it's very difficult. Okay, so let's see here. Just any questions? Damon, you're lighting up a lot today. Just so you guys know, I'm not like choosing questions because I just like the questions. There are just some that light up. And Damon says, I was wondering when I am on my own why I find it difficult to tune into higher frequencies like guides or my higher self. But if I see it externally, like someone talking about their heart or higher self, I find it easier. Because you've been gaslit a lot too, Damon. This is the theme, I guess, today, guys, is gaslighting. Damon, you've been around people who make you second guess what you know is true, and they have sort of imprinted that awareness on you. This is just growing up, not just around you now. I'm saying growing up, that conditioning, right? to cause you to not believe in your own power and to not trust in your own abilities. That is a belief that you have inherited. Now, just because we have these beliefs doesn't mean that we're 100% of the time operating under them. That's not true. If it were true, then our lives would be crap, like horrible, worse than you can imagine. Can you imagine thinking that negative a thought for that long of a period of time? You would be dead, period. So what happens? We have moments where we're not aware, where we're pulling out of that belief and entering a restoration state where we are in our true selves again. So there are moments where you're talking to other people where you do trust yourself, Damon, because you're outside of that belief system that sort of gets activated when you're alone. When you're around these other people, you're not operating under that belief. Therefore, you are aligned with you are perceiving their stream of energy. So you've already accessed this awareness. They show me your crown, it's open. You are open. I'm perceiving you in the fifth dimension and sixth dimension, Damon, seventh dimension. You're up there, okay? When I look at you, you are vibrationally a teacher, so that you're going to be called upon, if you haven't already, to be teaching people through your unique perspective, okay? So the message for you is to trust in the unique and creative ways that you are going to be first activating who you are in this life and then teaching through that. So teaching for you, Damon, is not going to be necessarily in the traditional sense that everybody you may see online are doing. It is in your own way, actually a better way, and a way where you have more capability and access to your abilities than other people. Um, you've done a lot of work on yourself, and you have very powerful higher self, very powerful guides. We all have a very powerful higher self, but you're particularly connected to your higher self. Your heart is wide open. Your heart chakra and your higher heart chakra is very, very, very open. And what that does is allow you the divine channel. That's what I call it. That is your most powerful ability to channel in divine energy or information for yourself. Is you know, it's so wonderful because there's so many people who can tap into so much information. There's an infinite amount of information out there in the universe. It can be overwhelming, but when you have this sort of filter of the divine channel, you will literally get, and only sometimes get, the messages that will help you and help you move forward or help the people that you are meant to help. We as extrasensories can help anybody, but when you establish a higher consciousness, you realize why you're only called to certain people. And it's because life is not just about healing. Life is about the turmoil and the chaos that cause us to expand, and higher selves understand that we're here not just to heal and become perfect. We're here to get messy and have a human experience and expand. And they know that that is actually what you do want, but that doesn't mean that you are meant to suffer. That is a total lie. We're not here to suffer. We're just here to experience contrast. There's a difference between experiencing contrast or experiencing the things that cause us to want what we want and carve out the unique lives that we meant to live. How it works, you guys, if you're wondering, is before coming into this life, we have an idea of who we are as adults that we want to be. So we think, okay, this is who we are as an adult. That's who we want to become as a human. So it's like, what are the circumstances that I can align in my life to create that specific personality or that specific person or persona? This, and this, right? All of these components growing up, all of these traumatic experiences sometimes. It doesn't have to be trauma, but it usually is. that cause us to want what we want and lead the lives that eventually cause us to become that idea of the adult that we wanted to become coming into this life. Okie dokes. I think we are closing out here, guys. That was a really powerful transmission, some really powerful messages coming through. Just surfing through if there's anything else that they want to convey to you. They want to say, believe in yourself, trust in yourself, trust in your heart, be weary of the information that you're consuming. There's so much information out there. And when we're not tuned in specifically to exactly what we want, we will receive anything, okay? Information that's very, very convincing that will confuse us, that will lead us one way when we want ultimately something else. So, their message for you guys is to get really clear on your intention. Intention, intention, intention. I know how cliche that sounds, but we live in a vibrational universe. Nothing is real, everything is vibration. Vibration, vibration, vibration. When I'm speaking to you, I'm literally just saying vibration, but why is this coming through with such power and conviction? It's because I'm conveying vibration. It's not about the words that you say or you read, okay? It's about the vibration that's being conveyed. That is the secret. That is the key to all things. When you understand vibration, you can explain anything. You can convey it to anybody because we understand that there is a link. So don't forget that we all share that link, okay? Empower yourself through this, okay? Don't beat yourself up on why it's so difficult for you. We all have a lot of catching up to do on this planet. And it's like we're going to have to take some remedial crash courses in order to become very, very aware. And that's all it is. It's not about accessing psychic abilities, it's just about becoming aware. We teach babies how to walk, we should be teaching them how to access this information because it's all human abilities. It's not extra dimensional, it is human abilities. Okay, guys, thank you so much for connecting. I think we will keep this video up, at least as long as it stays up. Thank you guys again. Wishing you so much love and light. And yeah, stay tuned. Remember, I'll try to do these more often. When I feel guided to, there will be these videos. There's also the videos on YouTube, also patreon.com/divine creators. Thank you guys again. I will maybe edit the description so I can leave some of those links up there for you guys. And just sending you guys so much light and blessings. And if I didn't get to your question today, it just wasn't a vibrational match today, but don't discount any of the information that we talked about here, okay? Remember, I was scanning all of you guys vibrationally. So the ones that sort of pop out like a pop-out book for me are the ones that we know are in sync with the collective of the group, okay? So what that means is if I had popped out of that, or if I, let's not use pop out, just use that word. But if I were to use someone else's question that was out of sync, it would kind of lead us in a place where you didn't ultimately want to go. We have an idea consciously of where we want to go, and then our subconscious knows what we actually want, right? Our higher selves understand what we are verbally asking for versus what we are intrinsically asking for. So that is what the universe responds to, is not what your words, your vibration. So I invite you to find the ways in which your questions or questions that you've been pondering in the last couple days or longer or today how your question perhaps might have been received and answered here in this video already. Okay, guys, have a wonderful day. Take care. I have to, I don't even know how to end this video. I don't do these very often. Here we go. Take care, guys. Bye now.